Westernizing your Philippine partner, helpful or harmful?
Guys, I did a couple videos with Paul Old Dog. I've cut it up into some shorter videos that I'm going to share with you here on Members Only.
Are we there?
Did it screw you up?
No, nothing ever screws me up.
I'm talking about Janet.
There it is. Hey everybody, look who I got, Janet. Oh, and Paul. So what about westernizing your Filipino partner?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about here where you're going to teach them how to budget, handle money, and banking.
Yeah.
But the negative to that could be they lose their charm of a traditional girl. What do you think about it? As your wife is with you, or some guys with a girl? Should he start westernizing her, training her, or teaching her the way we like things?
I think that exposing your significant other to new concepts and ideas and traditions is healthy. My wife is still extremely traditional. I think that's ingrained in people, no matter what country you're standing in. Can you spoil them? Yes. Can you overdo it? Yes. But that's something that you can control by saying no. That's something that you can control by, if things start to get out of hand, or you start to see her getting, when you say westernized, that's such a general term.
It is.
It's hard for me to pin down.
Well, I'll give you some examples
Okay.
here. So you teach her how to handle the money, how to budget,
Okay.
and handle things, and maybe you lose control of it, and she is now in more control of the money than you are. You've given her too much leash.
Oh, so you've given her the ATM card. You
And
said
yeah,
you do it.
you handle the bills. You handle, and we have many people that we know, and I'm sure you met, where they said, she's spending all my money, or I can't control her anymore. That aspect of westernizing a woman, that's more a man's lack of control over his own life and situation.
I agree, and it goes back to what we were originally talking about, is how well do you know this woman? If you've been around her for a long time and you see how careful she is with a dollar. I personally have done everything now that I'm married to May jointly, and she knows where the money is. She knows how to get to it. She, however, always says, I need to take, like today, she went to Chateau to go visit her mother who'd passed, going with the family, and she said, can I have some money? And I said, how much do you want? She said, I want 2,000 pesos. And I said, well, you know where it is.
Go get it.
Go get it. And that's that.
That's the trust factor.
There's the deal. And she doesn't want to screw things up for us any more than I do. And so she realizes that, down the road we have goals and aspirations and bigger and better things than to monkey around with, pension money. She still, to this day, gives me back the change. If I send her into the store, she goes into the store and I give her 1,000 pesos and she spends 800, she comes back and gives me the 2 automatic. That's after 6 years of being together.
Janet hands me the receipt. This is what I spent.
Yeah.
Even though I can't read it, the printing's so bad.
Right.
So it's more of a lot of trust when you say westernizing a woman, but you have to trust her to give her that information.
Yeah, and I think that it's important that, if you're secure within your own self and your relationship, that you should do whatever you can with your significant other to try to raise their standard of thinking and living a little bit better education. I'm not scared of my wife, in other words. I don't check her phone. I don't look in her wallet. I've got total trust. If you have any kind of, now a friend of mine recently just expressed that he's getting trust issues and that her attitude is changing and she's becoming accustomed to this and that. And now, 6 months ago, it was great to go eat at Jollibee because that was a big deal to her, when she got to go to Jollibee's, and now she's turning her nose up at it. I think that's a red flag. Okay?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So my wife, again, I keep using my wife, it's the only example I've got, she's happy as a clam. She could go to Jollibee.
Janet.
She don't care. It's just food on the stomach, you
Yeah.
know? And she actually feels kind of bad sometimes when we go out and it's really pricey because she just doesn't see the value there. So I think, you know, you look for those types of women that are being westernized. Do they speak English better? Do they understand the culture better? Can you teach them to drive a car that they couldn't drive before? I think if you can take a person that you truly love and care for and elevate them to
Improve
that,
their life and-
improve their life, then that's a very honorable and dignified thing to do for them.
I tell you, one of the keys when you're dating a girl or somebody is that Okai store. Janet went out the other day, she bought 2 lovely dresses, and she's so proud. One was 50 pesos and one was 100 pesos. And I've taken her to the mall and said, go buy yourself a nice dress, 3,000 pesos, whatever. No, they don't want to waste money, they don't want to waste food. And they're looking for both of you. She's looking out for both of you at all times. And westernizing, again, is you're just teaching and educating how to do things the way we do it.
Right.
And it isn't really a negative thing. I
No.
think it's an excuse sometimes when guys break up with a woman. They'll say, oh, my girlfriend, she's too westernized now. Well, why is she westernized? Because you've been taking her to fancy restaurants all the time. So that's up to a man. Again, a man is in control of the situation. What you give up in power or control to your significant other or your partner, that's on you. You have to look at the whole picture and decide what's best. Paul, I want to thank you for being with us on the
My
channel.
pleasure.
And until
Thanks for
next
having
time, guys, take care.